Welcome guys. So I'm gonna be putting showing you right where you can get read JAMB physics past questions and answers from 2004 to the present year we're in right now. Normally if you're a science student, right, physics is one of the subjects you would have to write, and normally you would want to go by your JAMB physics past question, maybe from the bookshop, right, and get the paper and physics past question. But the thing with the paper physics past question is that most of the time, um, it provides the questions it, and just the options and the answers, but this time just the options, right, just the correct options. It doesn't really clearly give worked solutions or clear explanations to these questions, right? So that's one of the downside of actually that paper pass question and all of that. Now, aside from the apart from that, I'll also be pointing you to where you can practice JAM physics mock exam. You understand? So that's also what you don't get with just buying JAM pass question, the paper pass question, right? But this time around, you can actually sit for a JAM physics mock exam, right? And of course, the thing with normally when you're preparing for an exam, definitely you need maybe the textbook to kind of like study now. Like you need JAM physics. You need to buy JAM physics textbook to study, or not, or some other time, or in most cases actually, students, if you are attending a JAM lecture, then of course they'll teach you physics. Then what you've been taught, you're kind of jotting down, you're really using that to read. But that's not enough because you're not covering a lot, right? So normally you would want to support it with maybe the JAM physics textbook. But the thing with physics textbook is that it is really, really bulky. Imagine having to go through SS1, SS2, SS3 physics, you understand, and having with a lot of formulas you have to get acquainted to, and a lot of topics you have to read. So it can be really, really difficult, especially when physics is not something you'd really like, right? So a lot of science students would prefer biology to physics or subject like chemistry, right? So um I'll also show you where you can um study your physics SS1, SS2, SS3 material very easily with no stress, and making it more fun than you are reading a very boring and big or bulky biology textbook. You understand, and you are just kind of confused. You don't even know what you are reading. You don't even know where it's heading to. You understand? So those are the three things we'll be covering in this video. So where you can get JAM physics past questions and answers, where you can actually sit for a JAM physics mock exam, and where you can read your JAM physics. You understand? SS1, SS2, SS3, so that you can actually you'll be ready to actually answer question from physics. Because I normally tell students, right, the thing about JAM is that the thing about past questions rather is that you don't just jump straight to past questions or start reading or start practicing past questions. No, you would have to study the physics textbook or the physics material itself. It is when you have studied a lot, you are acquainted with the the syllabus, the topics from SS1 to 3. That is when you now start testing yourself out with past questions and testing yourself out more with JAM physics mock, right? So where can you actually get all of this? It's very easy, right? You just head over to passjam.org. You can see passjam.org. It's very, very easy. This is where you can get past questions, right? Of course, we'll leave you would see you will see a link on the or you see a link on the on our YouTube to that will take you to this place. So you can actually, it's very, very simple. You can just actually head up to Google and just click past jam. You can see passjam.org, right? Just click passjam.org. and it takes you straight to the website. Or even if you understand, or you can just click, or you can just search for pass jam. Just make sure the pass and the jam they are together, right? Then that's what you're staring, right, on Google here. Please make sure this is not from us. We don't offer a pass jam app. This is just maybe another website out there. So you should not go and click this. You understand? So this is us right here. Pass jam, how to pass jam and score above 300. So that is it. So coming here, you can see we have past questions. You just click on past questions. This is after, of course, you've signed up with your Gmail. It's very, very easy to do, right? Then you can see physics. We've got physics um, all the way from JAMB Physics 2004 to this point, as you can see on your screen, right? So how does it work? How does the JAMB past question work? So let's say I want to click on JAMB Physics 2025. You just click on it. You want to study. You can see you you can see the questions. Of course, you attempt the questions on your own. That is why I said you have to have studied physics. You have to have studied the cover the syllables from SS1 to SS3 before you now start attempting ask questions now, right? So once you because when you have not studied the material, how are you going to answer these questions? So is it just about maybe you are coming here to do a guess game, and that's not how to prepare. So once you don't answer the question, you just scroll to the bottom, right? And you can see answers and worked solutions. You see the works the answer is D. You are seeing the solution on how that answer was D, and it is clearly explained. This is something you would not get from the paper jam physics question. That paper type you want to go and get in the test in the bookshop. You won't get it like this. You understand me? They will just write just the answers and that's it. You understand? So and apart from that, I also mentioned about jam mock. You understand? Jam mock. Sitting for a jam mock. This is just a jam physics past question, right? Now, you can also sit for a physics jam mock. You click on this mock exam, right? Now, once you click on the mock exam, you select the single subject practice because you want to sit for a single subject mock right now, which is the physics subject mock. You can see we have all the subjects covered there. You understand? Why this is for the full mock exam. That is for, let's say, you want to study nursing, you're a science student, that chemistry, pharmacy or whatever. So you click on maybe for the full mock, you click on biology, you select biology, for the full mock rather, right? Click on the full mock, select biology, chemistry, physics, and use of English. But since you are practicing a single subject, you just click on single subject practice and you select physics. You understand? Then once you select physics, you come here and you click start practice. Are you seeing it? So you can see the questions you have. You have 40 minutes to answer 40 questions, and once you don't like you don't answer this is an exam now because there's a timer like the re jam. You understand? Just that this is a single subject. You understand? Which is the physics. Especially when you want to perfect yourself on physics, you want to know if you need to improve on some things. So once you are done with the exam, you click on submit, then you get at the bottom, right? You get, okay, let me just do it so you see what I mean. I'm just going to randomly do this. Just click submit. Then you can see it's telling me that I've answered just two questions out of 40, but I will just say submit because I want to explain something to you. I want to show something to you. Now you can see, right? Uh, wow, that was very, very lucky. The two questions I randomly clicked, I just clicked, I got it right. So you can see, like, it's saying, okay, this is the right question, and why it is, you understand? A silicon spins about a fixed axis, which is the definition of rotational motion, because the question say, which of the following best describe the motion of a silicon in operation. So it's rotational motion, you understand? Then this calculation, are you seeing it? An inclined plane of length 10 m is used to raise a load to a height of 2 meter. With what is the velocity ratio of the inclined plane? Now it says the answer is B. It shows you why it is B. The velocity ratio VR of an inclined plane is given by the formula VR equals to length of incline over height of incline. In this case, VR equals to 10 meter, you understand, divided by 2, which is 5. You understand? It also, if you got the question wrong, it also points you to the topic. You have to go and revise, you understand, which I will go about because you know I also told you that on pastjam dot on pastjam you can actually study physics. You can study the subject. You don't have to go and buy textbook or start relying on them on the material you jot down from the lecture, right? You can study it here. So you can see that is it. You understand? It gives you, tells you the answer, and it gives you the clear explanation, calculation onto why it is like that. Are you seeing it? So it's very, very clear, very, very easy to follow, right? So so that is how the mock exam works. You understand? Now, when we go to the study, don't forget I told you you can actually study on past jam too, right? You can just click on physics. You can see the physics. This is not where all the syllabus is covered in depth here. All the topics in SS1 following jam syllabus, right? All the topics in SS1 is being covered as you can see it. All the topics in SS2 also covered. All the topics in SS3 also covered. So let's say you want to start studying, right? You just click on, you can start from, let's say, measurement and units, right? You can see, you read, you just go through the material. Are you seeing it? It's very, very easy for you to understand. Are you seeing it? All everything you need to know about measurement and unit. It's what you are seeing here. Do you understand? Easily explained. If they are all everything you have to know, are you seeing it? Uh-huh. That's what you are seeing with examples, uh examples for you to go through. And once you're done, you see the key points. Once you're done, you can take a 10 question test on that particular topic to see how well you've learned the topic, right? So it's very, very easy for you to follow. Let's say we want to go to types of motion. You can see you can see really, really easy types of motion, very, very easy to for you to follow. That this is what you see right here is exactly what you need to know about when it comes to about this topic, types of motion. You understand? The key things, everything you need to know is what you can see their work solution. A car accelerates uniformly from rest to 20 meter per se to 20 meters per second in 5 seconds. Calculate its acceleration. You can see the solution. Given initial velocity u is equals to 0 meter per second from rest. You can see it's really, really clearly explained for you to follow. You understand? So that is what you get using pastjam.org, pastjam, right, to study for your jam physics. Um, back to, yeah, you can see on pastjam.org, right? You don't just get on pastjam.org, you don't just get jam physics past questions. You also get, you can actually study your physics there, and you can actually sit for a jam physics mock exam. You understand? This is why using jam.org to study is a lot better than going to bookshop to buy the normal paper jam past question and all of that. So there's more, you understand? There's more that the site offers you. You can also see we also offer post UTME once you're done with JAM, right? Uniben post UTME, Unilag, Uni Abuja, Desu, there are more coming in. Then there's also a planner, right? A study planner that you can actually set up to start to plan your studies and make you consistent when studying, you understand? So it's a lot. So if you're a student preparing for JAM and you want to get JAM physics past questions and answers, just head over to passjam.org and sign up. Then you can start studying right away. All right, I'll see you in the next video. And please, if you found this video very very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, you understand, share with your friend you know that is planning to sit for JAM. They would appreciate you. And of course, subscribe. It's a way of supporting us on what we do here. Thank you very much, and I see you in the next video.